What's up everyone, welcome back to another What If video. Last time, we saw what happened when Babidi arrived on Earth a few years early and revived Buu beforehand. Without even needing to forcefully siphon energy from someone, Babidi was able to get enough this time, both from Deborah's fight with Cell and Majin Cell's fight with Gohan. Babidi takes Cell under his control, and Cell ends up fighting Gohan, and Gohan actually ends up killing him thanks to him finally accessing Super Saiyan 2, followed by Kibito healing everyone who is involved with this fight. And while Cell is defeated, that now means Buu is awoken, and the group must find a way to defeat him. Let's pick up from here. With Buu now awoken, the group is speechless after sensing the power that's coming off him. He's way stronger than they could have ever expected. Compared to Buu, Cell was nothing, even as a Majin. Thankfully, Kibito has already healed everyone, but that doesn't really matter since Buu's power is too vast for them to even handle at the moment. The Majin hadn't found them yet, but he will come eventually. Shin and Kibito realize that Buu is a much bigger threat than they could have ever imagined. Not knowing what to do, Shin sternly orders everyone to gather around him. No one knows what he's up to, but they gather around him as Shin uses the Kai Kai to get out of there, and everyone goes to the sacred world of Kais. It takes everyone a bit of time before they realize what Shin just did, but he ends up explaining where they are and what just happened. They're safe here for now, unless Buu ends up coming this way, which would take a while. This is their only option as of now. The sacred world of Kais acts both as a place for them to hide out and remain safe, and as a place for them to train in the meantime. Not wanting to waste any time, Shin tells everyone to begin training as hard as they can, trying to see if he can at least boost everyone up alongside Kibito's healing. Gohan is a lot stronger now that he has Super Saiyan 2, alongside that Zenkai he got from Kibito's healing after fighting with Cell. However, Goku also got a major Zenkai. If you remember from the last part, he was very close to death thanks to Cell's beatdown, so now he's the second strongest in the group right behind Gohan, just like before. Vegeta and Trunks also got some Zenkais, but they weren't as dramatic as Goku and Gohan, since they only fought the Cell Juniors. Shin pulls Gohan aside and he has a different task for him. He wants to see if Gohan is actually powerful enough to pull out the Z-Sword and train with it. Since Gohan is the strongest here, Shin is going to give him the hardest training, which will probably have the most benefit. With everyone else sparring with each other and being healed by Kibito, Gohan begins pulling the Z-Sword out of the ground. Keep in mind, Buu Saga Gohan was actually confirmed to be weaker than Cell Saga Gohan. Not only that, but Gohan got a bigger Zenkai here from fighting Cell. So for this scenario, pulling the Z-Sword out of the ground goes pretty much the same as it did in the Buu Saga, if not a bit easier. Though it took a lot of struggle, Gohan is able to accomplish it and pull the Z-Sword out of the ground, and he begins training with the sword itself, getting stronger and stronger as he does so. Shin is pleased with everyone's progress, as everyone else has gotten stronger too, especially the Saiyans. Gohan gets better and better with the sword, and then Goku jumps in and suggests that they do a stress test of the sword, with Shin thinking it's a good idea. He begins creating blocks of Kachin for Gohan to use the sword against, as well as for some people to do weight training with. Goku takes one and decides to fling it towards Gohan, seeing if he could destroy it by hitting it with the sword. And sure enough, panic ensues as the Z-Sword shatters. Everyone present is now terrified of the repercussions. While Shin, Gohan, and Goku are panicking, the other fighters notice something has just appeared out of the sword. Wait, that's not a thing. It's a person, an old man. Like normal, Elder Kai has been released due to the breaking of the Z-Sword. Shin and Kibito are confused and surprised to see this other Kai here, and they end up finding out who he is and what happened to him. A while ago, he was sealed in that sword by a certain purple cat, but he leaves out the details and doesn't say who specifically did it. They find out that he's a Kai from generations ago, and he has some tricks that he might be able to use to help everyone. Knowing that Buu has been released, Elder Kai offers to do a ritual in order to increase the power of one of the fighters present, a ritual meant to unlock potential, although it will take a while. Immediately, Shin suggests that he does it for Gohan, without Gohan having any input for himself, but then he realizes that it might be useful, so he agrees. Buu could be heading to the planet right now for all they know, and this would be better than nothing, and possibly more effective than the training they're doing right now. Every other fighter goes back to training, and are confused as to why Gohan is now just sitting down as that old man dances around him. It's kinda weird, but they don't question it. I mean, the guy kinda is a god after all, and Shin says it's okay. Well, he thinks it's okay. Back on Earth, Babidi and Buu have been searching for all those strong fighters from before, but they can't find them. He figures that Cell is now dead and they killed him, but he doesn't know what happened to the actual fighters themselves. Maybe he can lure them out by having Buu cause some mayhem. Buu's rampage begins on Earth, while everyone is with the Kais, and he slowly begins killing off the people on Earth. Back on the world of the Kais, Piccolo is suddenly feeling distressed. He's been in touch with Dende, who keeps telling Piccolo what's been happening. Shin and Kibito are being informed as well. Keep in mind, this is the Cell Saga, and at this point, Dende has only been the Guardian of Earth for about a few days or so this is a terrible beginning for his job. He's able to collect himself though. It's not like he hasn't been through the destruction like this before. Piccolo informs everyone what's happening, and it's both good and bad. It's good because it means Buu doesn't know where they are, and he won't be coming for them anytime soon. However, it's obviously a bad thing because everyone on Earth is dying now, and for all they know, Dende could be next, which means no Dragon Balls. They're impatient to get back, but they have to wait for this ritual to be over, since they aren't strong enough to go by themselves. They need about one more day for the ritual to be complete. Vegeta is stubborn and demands to go back to Earth right now, even if Gohan can't yet. He, Goku, and Trunks have been trying to unlock Super Saiyan 2, but obviously they're not going to be able to do it over the course of a few days. They have gotten a lot stronger from training though, but they don't have Super Saiyan 2 just yet. They're kind of a long way from it. Deciding it might be a good idea as well, Goku decides to take Vegeta and Trunks back to Earth a few hours before the ritual is done. Even if they can't fight Buu, they can at least try to save their friends before Buu gets to them. Goku brings everyone but Piccolo and Krillin along with him, so Piccolo can stay in contact with Dende and relay it to everyone, while Krillin decides to stay so he can train some more with Piccolo before heading back, and he doesn't really want to go face Buu right now. But on the bright side, it means Piccolo won't just be standing there waiting, he could actually get some training in. Yamcha also goes to Earth reluctantly, although he would rather stay back with Krillin. But as for everyone else, there's no protest, and they go willingly. The group heads back and goes to find everyone they know and brings them to the lookout for safety, all while Elder Kai is finishing up the ritual. A few hours pass, and now the group ends up encountering Buu away from the lookout, just to hold him off for a bit. They get beat up, but with their combined effort, they're partially able to hold their own, but only barely. They end up killing Babidi at least, and find out that Buu can regenerate and turn people into candy, so they keep their distance for now. He's pretty naive too, so that works in their favor. This strategy ends up working for a bit, but since they can't hurt Buu enough to stop the regeneration, they aren't going to do much except delay his destruction. As the fight gets more and more intense, suddenly, they're saved as Krillin jumps in front of them and performs a solar flare towards Buu, while Piccolo tells everyone to shield their eyes. While Buu is blinded, Piccolo and Krillin, along with Kibito, head a bit farther away so they can all be healed. Since they're back, that means Shin and Gohan are as well, and they see the two of them in front of Buu after getting healed. Shin tells everyone good luck, saying he'll watch the fight from his planet. He retreats with Kibito back to his world, while the group now gets ready to fight again. Everyone in this fight is a lot stronger than they were a few days prior, especially the Saiyans. Goku is the strongest of the other three Saiyans. His Zenkais in training put him at a level now where he could easily face Majin Cell, someone who was leagues beyond him before. That one huge Zenkai he got from nearly dying against Cell is the biggest contributor to this, and why he's ahead of everyone else. As for Vegeta and Trunks, they're not too far behind. Had they been at this level of power a few days prior, the fight with Majin Cell would have been much easier, and together they could have taken him out easily. And besides Majin Cell, when we're talking about regular Cell, he wouldn't even have been a threat to them. The humans in Piccolo are also stronger, but without the advantage of having Zenkais like Saiyans, their boost isn't as extreme. They only got some basic training in. Oddly though, all the Saiyans notice that Gohan seems to be in his base form rather than Super Saiyan, yet they can sense his power and demeanor are entirely different. It's weird because that Super Saiyan 2 form he had earlier was so strong, but now he's not even using it and he's above that. Unbeknownst to them, Gohan is in his ultimate form right now. And I'm gonna say something that sounds crazy at first, but it makes sense once you think about it. Remember what I said about how Cell Saga Gohan was actually stronger than Buu Saga Gohan? Well, if you look at it like that, and considering it's the same person getting the same power boost in training, Ultimate Gohan in this scenario is actually as strong as Ultimate Gohan was in canon during the Buu Saga. It's the exact same character getting the exact same ritual, and his power before doing so was on par with or above what it was in the Buu Saga before he got the power up. Ultimate also works different from other forms, it's supposed to draw out his latent potential. And if you look at what happened to the Cell Saga Gohan and Buu Saga Gohan, they both had very similar experiences. They started around a similar power, then got badly injured by an enemy, healed, then trained with the Z-Sword, and finally both got the ritual from Elder Kai. And since it's the same character, it's not crazy to assume that the potential boost here is the same as it is later on. It may seem like a large boost in power, and it really is, but it's no different than the size of the boost he got in the Buu Saga. It's essentially the same hero as it was there, but when you compare the enemies and the actual arcs themselves, it does seem like a lot bigger of a boost, even though it really isn't. With everyone now at peak condition and ready to fight, Buu's vision has finally cleared from the solar flare, and everyone now jumps back in to fight him. The final match against Buu begins. and our heroes are now extremely advantaged. Think about it. This is Fat Buu, the original one, versus a whole group of Z fighters and Ultimate Gohan, who's pretty much at the same power he was in the Buu saga. So this will definitely turn out interesting. But that's where we're going to leave off for now. So what did you guys think about this part? What do you think will happen next? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. And as always, remember to drop a like if you liked the video, and subscribe for more content like this, and hit the bell icon for notifications about future parts of this What If and any other videos of mine. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.